Hi, welcome to my channel. Before we start, just to say I've opened my membership area again at £5 a month for another couple of weeks because I've had so many people say that they went to do it and they didn't know that it was the last day and they missed out. And I get that there's a difference between £10 a month and £5 a month. So I'm going to leave it for another couple of weeks just to give you guys a chance to get on and do it. Any questions about that, please do ask. Just to let you know, you get email support, you get modules, you get subliminals, you get meditations, and you get courses. Right, over 300 modules actually in there, all sectioned into various different subject matters. Okay, I'm hoping to get this video shot before my phone just gives up the ghost because it's so hot out here and it's just really getting really hot. It's changing the lighting in it for some reason, so I'm hoping I can fiddle around with this in the edit and it won't be too bad. Right, getting what you want, choosing what you want from the quantum field of possibilities. Everything is possible. There is a possible version there for you to choose. And a lot of the time we choose the version we don't want because we're just dwelling in that. So reality thinks, oh, okay, that's the timeline you want to be in. There you go. It's going to say yes to everything you feel. It is going to say yes to it. It doesn't know how to say no. It's impossible. Imagine that you write a bit of code. Okay, I want this. And you feel it and you've written the code for it. So that is what you're going to get. And then you go, oh, but what about this and what about that? Oh, I haven't seen it yet, it hasn't shown up yet. That's you writing another bit of code and replacing that first bit of code with the code that you're writing now, overlaying it, basically putting it over the top of, so it is going to be the one that shows to you. So this is what I do, and I've done this twice in the last 2 weeks. I do this way more often than I used to now. I used to only be able to do it when I was really desperate for something, but I can do it much better now I can do it with other things now too when I really want them. So what happens is I will feel the possibility of the scenario that I don't want. So that will come upon me naturally, and I don't like that. And I think, no, I don't want that. That's not what I want. I want this. And I really feel what I do want with a real clarity and a real momentum. And I feel myself internally pushing the scenario that I don't want away and then just honing in on what I do want and just feeling it, like really. No, I don't mean feeling it as if you already have it or anything like that. It's just a feeling of it. It's a focus on it, and then I just let it go, and that lasts about 30 seconds. Now, so I've done this over the last 2 weeks. Once the first time it happened 2 days later, the second time it happened 3 days later. Now, I don't believe that it's going to happen when I do this. I don't think, oh, it's definitely going to happen now, but I have confirmation bias, really, that it probably will happen because it's happened every single time. What am I doing then? I'm just choosing what I want. I'm saying, this is my preference, give me this. Demanding it, really, in a way, because it kind of feels like a demand. It's a very powerful feeling, but it doesn't last very long. And if you've done that, you don't need to do anything else. Nothing else needs to happen. Now, yes, I do use robotic affirmations, and I've spoken about that. Only recently have I started using them. But I love them. But I wouldn't, there's lots of things, like say there's something in the moment like that, these two particular things that I really wanted. There was a certain urgency about them, as in I needed it to happen pretty fast, really. I wanted it to happen pretty fast. And nothing was terrible was going to happen if it didn't, but that's what I wanted. So I wasn't going to start robotically affirming and then feeling like keep looking for it, because I might have done that with these things. I didn't do that. I just felt it. I thought, no, I just don't accept the opposite scenario. I only accept this. And it's I can just describe it as a feeling here, right here in your chest, in your solar plexus, I guess, isn't it? Is that back here? Just feeling that and feeling that desire for it and feeling that power around the want for it. And know this is what I choose, the choice, I guess. I have chosen this. But again, yeah, I might have feared it. I might have doubted it. I don't think I did, because it happened so fast. And in each case, I didn't get a chance to do that. But I still know from my bias, really, of what's happened in the past when I've done this, is probably going to happen. There is power behind this. When you do this, do not worry about having worry that it won't happen. Because if you have worry that it won't happen, you'll just get more worry that it won't happen. It isn't going to stop it happening. What stops it happening is when you overwrite the code with a new bit of code that goes, but I don't have it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? That's the thing. It's the lack. If you're not in that lack feeling, if you just get worried now and again that it won't happen, that will not make one spot of difference. Honestly, it won't. Well, it hasn't ever to me. So, and I have worried about a couple of things, but they've still happened. And reasonably fast when I do this. Now, there are things that are going on in my life, and one thing in particular, which is going to be a bit of a journey, But I know that I'm making it into a bit of a journey by saying it's going to be a bit of a journey, but to be honest, I'm quite looking forward to the journey of it as well. I'm kind of like, I can't really say what it is at the moment, but it might not necessarily need to be a journey if I just go, no, this is what I want and this has to happen right now. But I'm just not in the right space to do that with this at the moment, and I don't know why. So I have to go with my intuition. If you can't do this with something, I would say it's probably not what your heart's desire is in the moment, or you have resistance around it. If you know, a lot of resistance, as in, do you really want this? Because you'd have to compromise here and compromise there. Generally, when you can just do it, it is really part of your heart's desire, not your only heart's desire. We have lots of desires, don't we? But it is something that you can go, yeah, I just want this. If you can just do that and you can feel it, then go with the flow of that. Just do that. So maybe make a list of a few things and just go down that list and do it with each of those things, and see what you could do it with, what you had some resistance with, what you couldn't do it with, and just do it as an exercise. And so just do it as a practice thing and think, okay, well, these couple of things I could do that with. So let's just leave it at that for now. And then when one of those things happens, that will give you a bit more momentum to then do it with another thing on the list that didn't work last time, that you didn't get the feeling with last time. Like I said, with me, it's very intuitive, and it generally happens when I get the scenario that I don't want sneaking in there, and I'm thinking, I am not having that. Because I know that if I dwell on that, I am going to get that for sure, because I've selected it. I've gone, quantum pool of possibilities. Give me this, and it's going to give it to me. Whatever. It's always going to say yes. It's never going to say no. So I need to go, no, push it away. Feel what I really do want. I just really feel that. Go, I choose that. That is my choice, and that's all in this moment that I accept. I'm not going to say you just don't persist and keep doing it and keep doing it. You can do it more than once. So with the first thing I did it once, the second thing I did it 3 times, because I just intuitively went to do it those 3 times. So again, the first thing happened in 2 days, the second thing happened in 3 days. So not huge things, but things that were highly unlikely to have happened that quickly in general terms if I hadn't have done what I did, I think. Again, they weren't a done deal. It wasn't a couple of things that I thought, well, that's going to happen at some point anyway. Not at all. These were things that were manifested, I shifted in timeline by doing that with those things. So you get sure about what you want. I'm going to say, for me, 100% works every single time. I am always hesitant to say to people, 100% this works, because then if you're not feeling it the same as I'm feeling it, so you're not really, it isn't the same feeling, and it doesn't happen for you, and then you linger in the doubt and the fear and the lack of it, then you're going to tell me, well, it doesn't work. But it does if you're in the right. If you just feel that choice for it and think, that is all I accept. I'm sorry, I am sorry, but I do not accept anything else. I only accept this. And that feeling, and it doesn't even have to last any more than, well, it doesn't have to last any amount of time at all, really. As long as you've had the feeling, if it even a few seconds for you to get it, then that is fine. It doesn't matter. It's about flow. You're going with the flow. You're not pushing against it. And that is the best way to manifest every single time. If you could do that with absolutely everything, that would be all you would need to do. Nothing else would be necessary. And like I said, I'm much better at it now. So I've done it like with huge things that were huge to me in my heart. I really wanted them to be resolved a certain way, and I just couldn't entertain the opposite, and it's mostly been with other people that have been suffering something, and I'm thinking, no, I am not having that. And I do sometimes go to this, if only I could have done this when my dad was really ill. If only I could have done this when they said to us, I think this is end of life. I mean, in my mind, I said, no, I wouldn't have it. But it wasn't the same as like, no, I don't choose this, because I wasn't this far along with this now. And that is how strong my belief is, that I could have done something, that I could have done that and it would have changed. So other people will go, don't talk nonsense. But I do believe that. I don't have any regret, because I didn't know what I know now. I can't help it, But I do strongly believe that I did something with my friends. My friend had a real problem, and it seemed irreversible. And I just thought, no, I'm not having that for her. I'm not having it. I pushed away what could have happened, and I just honed in on no, that's happening and that's that. And I still doubted it. And it took 6 weeks. and it all resolved, and it's amazing, really. It's absolutely amazing. I did tell her, actually, I'm gonna manifest this for you, and she went, oh, and she doesn't believe in this, but she goes, oh yeah, you know, because she was just up for whatever. And I've never mentioned it again, and I've never gone back and said, well, I did manifest it. It's just, I can't really go into too many details because it's personal, but I just, it's very easy for me to do it with other people, and I don't want somebody to be hurting. I don't want somebody to feeling a certain way, worried about something. I can do that, but I'm much better at doing it with myself now as well, with things for me, which I wasn't that great at before. But again, I just keep doing it. If I intuitively get the feeling to do it, then I'll do it. So give it a go and let me know how you get on.